Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you guys for joining us tonight on the semi-pro race. And as usual, I'm joined by SkunkworX, my co-host here. How are you doing, Skunk?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good, good. Excited for tonight's race?
Yes, I am. Well, as I was just saying earlier, we never know what we're going to get with semi-pro. All of these guys are quick, yes, but sometimes we get fireworks, and I'm thinking this could be one of those tracks.
Yeah, that is true. We had some good fights last night, so hoping for a good one again tonight.
Are you ready then?
Yes, I am on Spectate. And yeah, just another happy birthday to our fellow admin member, Reaper, that is actually racing tonight. So hopefully he can have a good race on his birthday. I'm going to jump on board with Albert from the start.
Right, okay. I'm on with Yster, who is Gooster's hot tip. Oh, sounding good. Thank you, Goof. But I don't know if you caught that earlier, Ice Cube. Goof is actually tipping Yster for this one.
Oh, yes, I heard that. Now, let's see. Let's see if we can get past the traffic. I think it's going to be a tough one. I think maybe Road Rat might have something up his sleeve this time around.
Ooh, that's a very good point. Let's have a look. Here we go. On board at the back. Hopefully take nice and easy through turn one. There is Road Rat up on the inside.
Oh, my word. Looks like a bit of a pile.
Oh, no.
Oh, and we've got Bucktomb facing the wrong way.
Oh,
and
no.
Road Rat finding himself down in 10th place now. Trying to go up the inside of the BMW of Albert.
Besides that was pretty clean.
Yes, it was. There's a couple of incidents. Road Rat on the inside of...
Swart Wolf and Morris have collected each other there.
Oh, my word. Oh, I see now. Swart Wolf coming back on track, almost collecting another person there. And Make My Day finding himself in 10th place now.
Yeah, but we almost had a carbon copy from last night. Yster's found himself in 5th position, starting from last. Almost pulled a renter.
Just keep your side clean, and we've got Road Rat up the inside of Sully. What an overtake by him.
Yeah, flip it. Oh, Ezekiel there. Of course, with his police livery looking good. How is he getting this ute to handle like this? Great.
They've got some pretty useful tricks that they are using.
Okay, he's making moves. So in front of him at the moment, he's got Jean, Birthday Boy, Reaper, and then Severian in the lead.
And we've got Ezekiel being overtaken by a Road Rat up the inside into this long right-hander.
These guys down. If I remember correctly, Severian had a good start last time out.
Jean May going wide. Yster getting the position on him. Can he keep it though? Jean May now on the inside.
Side by side.
Oh, what a place to do it.
Fantastic move.
This time Yster running wide.
It just looks like such a lot of weight to get up the inside, but he's doing it. Oh my god, the chat is alive. What are we saying here? Evening Battered Zero, yes man. AWRY Racing to win. Oh, of course, that is Reaper, isn't it, if I remember correctly? We've got Fulton Island. No way, CBR's 1, 2, and 3. Oh, the guys are battling it out in the chat. I'll leave that up to you lot.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Right, so they're nicely bunched up here, so no one's getting away. Now concludes the end of lap 1.
We've got Severin still at the front of this pack.
Great job.
Being hunted down by Reaper.
Look at that again on the apex. Yster's got that ute turning in very nicely on the inside. And we know he's got the legs.
Yeah, Yster's up the inside now, just before a Rouge. Can he do it though? Yes, it does look like he's got past the birthday boy there in his red and black Alpha.
Whoa, and look at the drive he's catching Severian.
Yeah, Yster's looking handy. Let's look at... Oh, and we've got Road Rat on the back of Jean.
Okay, Let's jump. Oh no, there was contact.
Oh,
and he's stopping rightly so.
Yster is waiting.
Big time.
Oh my word! Yeah, this is unfortunate for him. Now, Road Rat is trying to go up, take the position from Jean, up in second place. He's up the inside, but he's not close enough. He's having to work this dodge pretty hard.
I just jumped on board with Ezekiel because he seems to be in the middle of everything.
Oh.
Obviously, Ace is just in front, and he's got Alberts behind, applying the pressure in that BMW.
This is so close between Jean and Road Rat here.
I'm going to jump on board. I want to see some of that. Here we go, Road Rat. You're not wrong, Faulted Island. Good evening, Razor. How we doing, man? Yeah, he is red hot, and he did the right thing. He did pull over. It was the smallest of contact, but I guess when you're in a massive rocket ship like that, it's going to do some damage.
Good evening, Remington. How you doing, man? And he is all behind Reaper and his team. And this battle between Road Rat and Jean has actually closed up the gap between Make My Day and the pair of them. Make My Day is right behind them.
He's right on the back of him, yeah. There's been a couple of little taps here between Road Rat and Jean. But I know Jean can give as good as he gets.
Let's have a look. Make My Day might have a better drive following the slipstream here. Sully is right behind them as well. But Road Rat is losing a bit of time on the back straight into the final corner here, but the pair of them is catching up to the back of Reaper. Reaper is going to be under a lot of pressure now.
Severian's lost that big time. He's down in 7th.
Yeah, that incident's going to cost him a lot. And Make My Day is going up the inside of Road Rat. Can he make the pot? No, he can't. He pulls out of it.
Oh, they both.
And Road Rat. Oh! And Dirk keeps Road Rat straight.
Oh, no.
Oh, Road Rat crashing out at the end. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Like a ping pong ball.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
What?
Reaper drifting through a Rouge, followed by Jean. And Make My Day is not too far behind them. Let's see who's got the legs on the on Kemmel Straight here. Jean going up the inside with his Jag.
In just under a lap, the tables have turned again. Can you believe that? So Yster's found himself back.
Jean up the inside, and he is in the lead of the race with Reaper in second place now. Oh, this is a great battle between the lot of them. Ooh. Oh, contact between Reaper and Jean, and Make My Day is going to take full advantage of that.
He's taking full advantage. You see the power then.
And he's getting it all down on the ground. That's
unbelievable.
It is unbelievable that they can have that, all of that power, and still being able to manage it.
I can assure you, friction assist is
and
off.
You know what?
Faulted Island, yes. Let's have a look at the penalties. Here we go. Right, Yster has 0. Severian has a 1 second. Oh, it changes so fast. Road Rat has 1 second. Buktoom 0. Ezekiel 0.75. Jean has 0.5. Mech has none. Reaper has 0.25. Sully just picked up a penalty as we spoke. Morris has a 2.75. And Alberts has a 3 second. That's a doozy on lap 3.
And I've got Razor in the chat here saying someone needs to give that Ute some breaks. And then we've got Sully and Make My Day now having a battle for 4th place. And oh, sorry, not Make My Day. This is Yster. Yster trying to get back from the back again, and he's going up the inside.
Oh,
and he's looking
ease.
Yes, he's looking at looks so easy. Wow.
Yeah, it's making that Chev of Sully's look pedestrian.
Oh, and the Sully goes up the inside again on the exit. Who's going to have the best brakes into the final corner?
Jeez.
Woo, this is close.
Easy. He's not giving
and
up that position.
Yster has got the brakes on that thing. And now he's on the back of Reaper. Can he get past Reaper now?
I can't believe how many positions have changed in the last 4 laps.
Oh, I want to take a rundown through the grid, but it's just so much action happening at the front 5.
Oh,
I've got Razor saying these guys or this ute is fast. Yep, dude, I can tell you this. I tried hanging it, and it was a bit difficult for me to handle. So these guys are doing a fantastic job racing around in this ute.
And right, Faulted Island's having trouble with the stream. I would advise set it to auto. And just give it a little refresh. It should be fine. It is stable on this side.
The other option that you guys have is to put low latency mode off. I see that can also work.
Yeah. We're getting fancy now.
That is true.
Right, Yster's up into 3rd now. So where's Road Rat? Has he pitted? He seems far down. Bucktombs, is it 12th? So I guess he's grabbed himself a pit stop.
Yeah, I think he wanted
to. Pits again.
Yeah, I think he wanted to get the clear air now. Well, he probably had some damage in the with that contact because he hit the wall quite hard. So we'll definitely look into that. You can see his car is full of scratches, so it is a big possibility.
I'm going to jump on board with Sully, who's at the back of this group. This is 1st to 5th now that we're looking at here. I hope it stays like this.
Okay. Well, I'm quickly going to run down from the grid. So at the back in 12th place, we've got Road Rat. He's definitely want to be one of the ones that gets up quickly. And then just in front of him, we've got Swartwolf. It looks like Road Rat's going to make a pass on Swartwolf now. On the back of him. Oh, a bit of a push. Unexpected braking there from Swartwolf. Can he get the pass done? Road Rat with a 1 second penalty already. And if he wants any chance of getting back in this race, he needs to take over Swartwolf's position very soon.
I have to say though, the penalties are quite mild compared to what we have seen, and it is a wet Spa.
I think,
as we said, is a collector of points.
Yeah, I think the guys actually practiced a lot because they realized that, especially with the semi-pro guys, they can be disqualified from the race. So I think that is a factor, and they practiced a lot.
Yeah.
You've got Road Rat lining up a move on the final corner here. Can he get past Swartwolf? On board
Sully's
with Swart.
Losing out to this lead pack now.
Road Rat struggling to get past. I'm going to move on to the rest of the grid. We've got Ezekiel in 10th place. He is running on his own. Yeah.
I've got a question here about the pits. No, we don't have pit windows anymore. It is 2 mandatory pits, but all we ask is that you just don't pit within the first 5 laps.
Yes, unless it's for damage or something like something damage, serious. Yeah. Yes. We've got Bucktomb running around in 9th place in another Alpha. He's trying to chase down Morris. Morris, that is currently in 8th place in the Jaguar. He only has Bucktomb behind him for company. And then in 7th place, we've got Albert running a BMW. It's not surprising that he is in a BMW. And he is trying to chase down Severin, that is in 6th place. Severin was the early leader of this race until his incident with Yster. And that dropped him down the field.
He doesn't seem to be able to recover from 7th. He hasn't fallen. Oh, he's in 6th at the moment.
Yes, that's a Road Rat, yeah.
Road Rat, yes, he pitted. But he hasn't seemed to gain any more places, which is a shame for him.
Yes, that is.
Albert's going really wide through there.
We've got Sully currently in 5th place. He's just hanging on to the back of a Reaper. This whole train of 5 cars are within touching distance of each other, but also not close enough for overtaking. We've got Reaper in 4th place. And then we've got Jean in third place. He was also an early leader of this race. And the two brothers, Yster in second place, trying to catch his brother, Make My Day, that's currently in first position.
Right, okay. Well, I'm looking here. It looks like Reaper is quicker through the second part of the track and Sully's quicker through the first. He always seems to close the gap.
Mick running a bit wide on the exit of the final corner. That's going to get Yster to get closer to him. He's still not close enough for an overtake. But he is closer. He's closing that gap every second. Every meter, we can say.
Got 0.75 now. Jean is a 0.5. Sully is with a 1.25. Severian with a 3 seconds. And Alberts. Road Rat has a 1.25 as well now. I honestly didn't anticipate how big of a deal these penalties would be. I thought it would just sort out a few smaller issues, but it's actually a big thing.
Well, I can tell you this, that the gap between Yster and Jean May is now up to 2.5 seconds. So the two brothers in the Utes has definitely increased their lead over the rest of the field.
Yeah.
My only question is what can Road Rat do from the back? He's now up to 11th place, and he's already got a good gap between himself and Zwartwolf in 12th place.
Yeah, well, hopefully he managed to get himself some clean air by pitting earlier, so he can gain the time that he's lost. So he must have lost, what, a good 3 or 4 seconds in that incident. So now he just needs to get his head down and try and close the gap.
Yes.
And then hopefully after the second pit stop, they'll be back on top of each other. We like those races down to the line.
Yep, that's what we're hoping for. I see we've got a battle between Baktum and Moraz almost lining up. Baktum getting closer, but not close enough as yet.
Okay, no excessive penalties, I've got to say. I don't think it's...
Yeah, not yet. Not yet. It's still early in the race. The guys are still full of energy. We're waiting till the fatigue kicks in. And we've still got Alberts trying to chase down Severin here for 6th place. He's not close enough as yet. And it looks like Yster is getting closer to Make My Day lap by lap. Even if it's 0.1 of a second, he's closing the gap. Make My Day looking a lot looser in his ute than what Yster is. Yster late on the brakes, closing that gap even more.
He is, he's looking strong.
Oh, Make My Day almost drifting out of the exit of the corner. That's going to cost him a bit of time.
Okay, definitely extending that gap now down to 3rd.
Yeah,
it looks like a little group at the front now.
3rd place is long gone now.
Reaper both hitting 41s.
Well, it's actually, I think we've got someone in the pits, Jean in the pits.
Right, okay. Which is legal, obviously, lap 7.
Yes. Yster still trying to get closer. He's unfortunately not been able to do so. Reaper having a lot of problems in Eau Rouge. Sully is closing the gap through Eau Rouge, but it comes to the Kemmel Straits again. It looks like the Alpha's got the power over the Kamaru there.
It's been a while since we've seen dominance like this in the semi-pro.
Yes. Well, I won't call it dominance. I think it's a real battle that we have between the top 5 guys at least. All of them can more or less do the same type of pace here.
Here we go. I've got Goofy in chat. He's saying the Utes won't battle. They both want to make sure they bring it into the pro class. Right, okay, so they've got their eyes on the prize. They want pro and nothing else. Fair enough.
That's good. I'm going to jump on board with Sully as he's trying to chase down Reaper here.
I've just spotted that myself. I'm going to jump on board. This
well,
like the
that
closest battle we've
early
got.
pit from Road Rat means now that he is up to 8th place. in front of
Well done.
Ezekiel. And there is a bit of a gap between himself and Jean May in 7th place that he needs to close
we
down.
Generally account, we generally account for like 20, 25 seconds, don't we, for a pit? So
well,
you could
Jean
actually...
is already pitted.
Oh, right.
Yes,
okay, so that's
so
the position.
yeah, the gap, I just want to quickly check what the gap is when it comes around next time between Road Rat and Jean. But it definitely looks like Jean is stepping up. It's 11 seconds at this current stage, so he would want to close that. And the main factor now is that Jean is stuck behind Moras.
Oh, up the inside, he did it. I could see him lining him up there. Well done, Sully. Nice and tidy. I think Reaper was actually avoiding a penalty on the curb.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
And he's into the pits. Cheeky. He did a little inside move and then he grabs the pits. Well done. Right, okay. Good move. I like it. What have we got?
The Severin also into the pit. Okay, we've got Jean up the inside of Moras. Can he get the... Yes, he can get the move done. Oh, and Moras straight into the pits.
Right, okay. Not a bad move. So we've got the battle at the back here with Boktoum, who's in
we've
front
got
of him.
Sully coming out the
Wolf.
pits, but Jean has got the move done on Sully.
Let's have a look. Here we go.
Oh, Sully drifting out of the pits. The Road Rat now not too far behind Sully. Oh, Mekmada is also pitted now. Mekna in 4th place behind Severin. I believe Severin still needs to pit, so...
Okay, I've got Ezekiel on the back of Albert. Oh, losing out there, no Rouge. Loss of traction there at the bottom.
Oh,
Soul destroying.
yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, cheers, Goof. Have a good one, man.
Enjoy, man.
Let's go and play golf.
Is he going to play golf?
No, I don't know. I'm just making it up.
I won't be surprised, you know. Okay. We're waiting for pit stops to be completed so we can see the next round of battles. I'm quickly going to run down. We've still got Yster at the front now. Still need to pit though.
Let's have a look. I'm being asked about the gaps. So let's have a look. Let's do distance from leader. That'll give us a better idea, won't it? So where are we now? Okay, it needs to come back round.
Well, I've got
Okay,
Reaper
there we go.
15 seconds behind Yster at this stage.
He is, yeah. 3,000 feet in distance. He is at the moment.
Interesting, the gap between the leader and Mekmada in 3rd place looks like 25 seconds. So this is going to be interesting when Yster finally decides to pit, where he's going to come out.
It's going to be very close, actually.
Yes.
Like I say, we usually allow 20, 25 seconds. So, I mean, that's on the cusp.
We're going to wait for that. And Severin now up into the pits now. He was overtaken by Mekmada, and then the same lap he decides to go into the pits.
17 seconds in time. Reaper is currently from Yster.
A Road Rat now up to 7th place, and he can actually see Sully up the road.
Now. Let's see what he's dealing with. Here we go, Road Rat. Returning to the scene of the crime earlier.
The top 5 has definitely spread it out since that collision, and
yeah,
they're on close after the pit, first round of pits.
Not sure catching Yster is on the cards at the moment, but definitely a podium. Definitely a podium.
Who's that for Road Rat?
For Road Rat, I think that's what he could be chasing here. Currently 45 seconds from the leader, but as we know, with one pit stop in his pocket, so he needs to make up another 20 seconds by my calculations.
The gap between Reaper and Jean, I'll tell you guys now what it is.
Oh, we've got a little ding-dong with Bucktomb. Is he close enough? No, not yet.
It is 15 seconds between Reaper and Jean.
Oh, right, okay. No, that can't be right.
Yes, it's 15. It's 16 seconds now, by the looks of it.
Right, okay.
Because Reaper is up in second place, and Jean in fourth place, so the two of them can be close to each other. Well, actually, Sully. Oh, Severin finding himself in seventh place, behind Road Rat now.
Oh, sorry. I've got Bucktomb up on the inside of Swart Wolf here. No collision yet, but very tentative. Oh, very
I'm
nice.
on.
Very nice.
I see Swart Wolf is ahead of Bucktomb.
Yep.
Getting close
been
between
for the last couple of laps, but it is getting close now.
Interesting stuff. Ezekiel now in 12th position.
Here we go. Oh, that Alpha's definitely got the poke.
It looks like Jean is... No, he's not. For a minute there, it looked like he was backing to the pits. Oh, you know what? Reaper has pitted, and he is coming out right behind Road Rat. So that has worked out a bit for Road Rat as well. So the birthday boy now...
in 7th.
No, 6th position. Road Rat now up to 5th, yes.
Okay.
So it's not going too well for the birthday boy now.
Turn 1, a bit too hot, and Swart Wolf comes back at him. Great driving.
You know what's going to happen? We've got a battle here for 9th place because Moras is also catching up to the back of Bucktomb.
Yeah. We've got Alberts hunting down Severien. Here we go. We've got Reaper at the back of Road Rat. And then Road Rat's on the back of Sully Rat. I'm going to jump on board. He's right in the middle. This has got to be where the action is now. Here we go. Strap yourself in. Grab your peanuts. Let's do it.
Grab the peanuts, you say.
Yeah.
And what about the guys that's allergic to peanuts? Okay, so Yster has now got a gap between himself and his brother of 28 seconds. So Yster is definitely putting his foot down and trying to make a gap between the two of them. He wants that first place.
Yeah. And he doesn't want anyone in his way either. That's what he's doing here.
Definitely.
He's running as long as he can.
And Road Rat's definitely closing onto the back of Sully now.
Forming quite a good team. Mac and Yster here.
Yes, they definitely are. Remington saying then if they are allergic to peanuts, they need to grab the popcorn.
There we go. That's it. That's the spirit.
Or a bag of chips.
Remington's glass is half full. I like it. Now we've got Road Rat. Road Rat is hunting down Sully now.
Yes, he is.
He's visibly closing the gap.
I'm quickly going to run down through the grid. So we've got Ezekiel in 12th position in his Aston Martin. I just want to make sure it is an Aston. The police looking Aston. Then we've got Bucktomb in 11th place. So he's lost the position against Moras. Moras now finding himself in 10th place and trying to chase down Swart Wolf. Just want to see how far Swartwolf is in front of him, and it is actually 4 seconds between Swartwolf and Mora. So I think Baktum made a mistake there. And then we've got Alberts in 8th place, trying to chase down Severin still. This has been a battle, or a battle in the making, for a couple of laps now. It just seems that Alberts doesn't have enough of an edge to close the gap, because the gap has been staying at 2 seconds for a couple of laps now.
Well, the hot news is Yster has been into the pits. He's back out, and his brother is just over a second behind him.
Well, that's a
piling on the pressure.
Well, that was a good pit for him then. So then we know it's about 27, 28 seconds for a pit stop here.
It looks
that's
that
good
way.
to know. And we've got the birthday boy here in 6th place. In his Alpha, an amazing looking Alpha actually. He did a fantastic job on the livery. Then we've got Road Rat, still in 5th place, trying to chase down Sully. He is getting closer, but he's I don't think he's closing the gap fast enough.
He overcooked it, into the last chicane before the start finish. So all the time he gained, he lost it again. Yeah.
Oh my word! Yeah, he's over 3 seconds behind Sully currently. Sully running in 4th place, trying to catch up to the back of Jean. But that gap has also increased between the two of them to 5 seconds now. Now, the gap between Jean in 3rd place and Mek My Day in 2nd place is almost 15 seconds. It's 14 and a half seconds now between 2nd and 3rd place. So that's almost another pit stop for those two brothers. Another 10 seconds to go, and it is a pit stop basically.
Yeah.
And then we've got the two brothers, Mek in 2nd and Yster in 1st. And it looks like Yster is increasing his lead, because it's over 2 seconds now.
Yeah, he's definitely pulling away from Mek. I think his tyres have warmed up and he's back in his groove. I've just been asked what the current lap times are. Well, Yster's just done a 47, Road Rat's done a 46.2. Reaper's just come out of the pit, so he's on a 3:05. Swartwolf 49, Morris 51, Bucktoon 54, Mek with a 43, Jean 45, and Sully 44.
Some good lap times there.
Yeah, consistent, and they're all within a couple of seconds of each other. And the fastest lap is with Yster as well. It's 41.7 according to the leader.
Yeah, that's a very good lap from him.
Yeah.
Well, we've got just over 10 laps to go. I just want to see, there's a battle on the main straight happening now. We've got Morris on the back of Swartwolf now, within touching distance. I'm going to stay on board with Morris as he closes that gap even more.
Well, I'm going to jump back on board with Road Rat now. He's much closer to Sully, so I'm sure there's going to be fireworks any minute. And Sully is also close to Jean. So Road Rat may be able to grab his podium here.
Well, it's a possibility. Well, if I was Road Rat, I would have probably maybe gone into the pits again, just to have that clear air in front of you. Unless he can follow faster. You never know. And we've got Morris trying to line up a move on Swartwolf, unfortunately not being able to pull it off. We've got Bertie saying in the chat here, well done Yster. Yeah, we've got some fans here for the brothers. We've got legit Spies asking if the weather is going to be the same for Pro. Dude, it's all about how Gary feels on the night of the race. Like last night, the AM guys almost had a dry race. Tonight, it's a rainy race.
This is exactly
expect thunderstorms, man.
Exactly the same. No. I chose this. Let me give you the psychology behind it. I chose this setting because it is raining. It looks wet, but there's still enough traction to actually race. You know, and there's none of those dreaded puddles sitting on the apex. So it's the perfect mix, I think.
Oh my word! No, you should just leave it random. Just see how you feel when you wake up Monday morning, and then decide if you had a bad sleep Sunday night, then all thunderstorms on Monday night.
Doom, gloom. I hate you all.
And then you must commentate with an angry voice, you know. Deep and angry. Ooh, I don't want to be here.
Every corner. Well, it doesn't look as if Road Rat is actually closing this gap on Sully at the moment.
Oh, we've got
hanging in there for sure.
We've got Buckdoom trying to take on Moras here, and we've got Swartwolf into the pit. So this is going to open up for Moras now. Hopefully he can use the clear track in front of him to maybe take the overcut on Swartwolf.
I'm not sure the turbos are big enough on Jean's Jag. Have you seen this?
Let's quickly have a
it's
look.
Like a quad turbo Jag.
I see now, yes. And Sully it doesn't look like Sully's closing the gap between himself and
no, not at all.
and Jean, and we've got Road Rat now just behind Sully, within catching distance. It's like 1.3 seconds now. I'm gonna jump on board as
sorry, Legit's just replied to your comment. He says, "Please let me know if you're having a bad day. I'll cheer you up."
You're gonna drop him off some chocolates.
That's it. Yeah. I'll send you my location.
Just remember, Gary just takes Lindt chocolates.
Lazy.
The creamy ones, you know, the ones with the caramel on the inside. That will cheer up his day. Then we'll have a sunny track on Monday. Oh.
Right, Road Rat is lining up Sully now. I can see it.
You know what?
The gap has closed.
It looks like he's closing the gap, but I don't feel that he's got the edge to close it enough. He might need to go into the pits to get that clear track in front of him. You know what we can do is, let's quickly have a look at the damage. Okay, we've got Sully going into the pits here. So Sully taking the first dive here. Okay, let's see. Okay, we won't see any damage on Sully's car. Sully's only got 9% damage on his tires and 53% fuel left.
Still
so
fresh.
You could have done it to the end of the race without another pit.
Yeah.
When we jump on board with the Road Rat, that pits it very early. So Road Rat is on 14% tire wear, and he's left with 30% of fuel. So he is getting close to his next pit. So if he wants to avoid getting out behind Sully, he needs to put down the laps now, so you can close that
great
gap.
Information there, Ice Cube. Let's jump on board now. We've got a little, what do you call it? Triplet. We've got Alberts, Sevrian, and now Sully battling it out. After he comes out from the pits, he wants to stay in front of those two.
Sully should be able to stay in front of them.
Yeah. And Road Rat has really closed in on Jean here.
You see,
between his teeth.
And that's what I'm saying with Road Rat. He should have probably come into the pits earlier, because it does look like if he's stuck behind someone, he's doing their lap times and he's doing their lines. Whereas if he's got open track in front of him, he might go faster because he will be going on according to how he feels on the track, and not according to how the guy in front of him feels.
A 43-1 from Road Rat last time.
Theed, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining in. Always good to see you. I miss you too, buddy. It's been a hectic couple of weeks. The last 2 days I've been working till after 8 at night, so even now I'm still getting messages from work. So straight after the race I'm going back working again.
Yes, Sully looks like he's had both of his pits, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Sully.
Sully's first, so he's done his racing down to the finish line now.
Yes. And Road Rat will want to get in front of them.
Yeah, well, to put it in perspective, Yster is lapping almost 2 seconds quicker than Road Rat. So those front two are out of there. Yeah. He's literally chasing down this third position with Jean.
Well, the gap between the leader... wait. What's happening here? Okay, now I'm probably seeing the wrong gap here. I was going to wait for the gaps to turn around again. Why is it showing?
For Road Rat.
It's showing me that Make My Day is 2 minutes 48 behind Yster, which I really doubt that is the case. And I hope I'm not. You guys can check in chat now. Make My Day 2 minutes 48.4 seconds behind. It doesn't make any sense.
Is it 2 seconds?
No, it's definitely bigger than 2 seconds, but it's definitely not 2 minutes. If I should take a guess, I would say it's about 4 seconds, 4 to 5 seconds between first and second place. So I think it's just somewhere there's a glitch happening quickly. Unless he's lapped his brother, which I doubt it. I know he's fast, but I don't think he's that fast.
Lightning fast, yeah. I'll move over to Reaper now. I just want to follow this battle we've got going on with Road Rat and Jean. I think something is just about to happen.
Well, I'm on board with the birthday boy currently. He's just gone through Kemmel Straight and that couple of corners after Kemmel Straight. Now coming into the long stretch of corners.
Making a move on the inside.
The middle sector.
No. He's pulled it off, neat and tidy. Now what does Jean have in response?
It almost looks like Jean actually lifted as they came out of the Xbox, out of that corner. What am I talking about? He just lifted his finger off the trigger finger to let Road Rat go.
So let's jump on board with Reaper. Let's give the birthday boy some love.
He's coming to the final sector now.
Boom. Looks like he's having a nice drive there in 5th position.
Okay, we've got Yster now into the pits. Mick in second. Mick will take over first place now for the time being. Mick still needs to pit though.
But it will play on Yster's mind until he's back in that P1 spot.
Road Rat and Jean both into the pit. I'm going to jump on board with Sully. I want to see where Sully comes out after these two have pitted. Sully coming through the final couple of corners now. Getting ready to break for the chicane. Let's see what happens. It looks like Reaper's also into the pits. Sully nice and clean exit. Oh, almost drifting it. What's happening here? Woo! Sully crosses the line.
This is going to be the run down to the finish line now.
This is going to be the battle. Let's see what happens. Sully coming through the first corner now.
Through there. It looks like he's going to get it.
No, he's behind the pair of them. The Road Rat actually gained 2 spots by that.
Yeah.
But can he get his tires warmed up quickly?
Here we go. Can the guys put him under any pressure, or is he just going to run?
Yes, that's a big question now. It looks like Jean wants to take that position back from him. Can he do it though?
He's not letting go. Oh, he's definitely got the legs. Look at him there in the straight. Up on the inside, Road Rat's run deep. That'll be the cold tyres. That's allowed Sully to come into the mix.
Ooh, this is
Sully's
close.
got nice warm tyres.
Okay, so we've got Sully with a 3.7 second penalty, Road Rat with a 3.5 second penalty. I want to quickly check what Jean has got on penalties.
1.75.
Oh, so Jean could actually be the winner here and get third place due to less penalties.
He just needs to stay close
1.75 with 6 laps remaining. What can happen? Can Road Rat get that gap? Can Jean get close enough and get that position? Wait and see.
Battle brewing.
It's already a battle. What you talking about brewing?
Yeah.
No, go make your pineapple beer if you want to brew.
That was Ezekiel.
Well, Ezekiel is running around in 12th place. I think he probably had too many pineapple beers before the race tonight. The policeman on the track, and he had too many pineapple beers.
Yeah, drink blood. This looks like it's suiting Sully at the moment. He likes to be here. Oh no, but he's losing out. He doesn't have the power in the straights that Jag and the Dodge seems to have.
Yeah.
They are just gone on the exit.
And by the looks of it, I think Sully is using the 2000 or what? It's not the Forza edition, and it's also not the 2017 edition. It looks like it could be the 2016 or even the 2012 Camaro.
Yeah, it is. It's the different version, isn't it, to the one the other guys have been using. ZL1, yeah, 2015-17. I don't think there's a Forza edition of this one, is there?
No. Well, I'm not sure. Like I said, it could, if it's the 2015 one, or the 2016, then it's definitely not one that has a Forza edition. It's the 2017 one that's got the Forza edition as well.
I see, yeah. Talking about Forza editions, we have a moment here. We've still got 5 laps left. So, have you downloaded Forza Street?
No, I haven't.
I've got it on download at the moment. I want to hear what it's like. Who's got it? Is it good? Is it rubbish?
I'm not too big into cell phone games, so I don't think I will be downloading it.
It's cars. What could possibly go wrong?
You'll be surprised.
Oh, Jean running deep there.
No, that's going to cost him a lot of time. Sully now on the back of him trying to go up the inside. No, he can't get the move done.
It just looks really need to try and stay with Road Rat.
It just looks like the Jag has got more power coming out of the corners than what Sully has in the Camaro.
And on the top end, that Jag has got quite a lot of horses.
Well, it also depends on how you come out of Eau Rouge, because Kemmel Straight is very long. So if you come out sideways out of Eau Rouge, you're going to already lose about 20 k's per hour.
Absolutely.
So I think if Sully had a better drive out of Eau Rouge, he probably could match the Jag. Maybe not. But through the tricky sections here.
John. Sorry. Did you see that?
No, I'm on board with Road Rat.
Understeer. He just understeered off the track.
Oh, I see Sully has got the position in 4th place now. And this is exactly what Jean didn't want, because Road Rat is now pulling away from the pair of them.
It's the last thing he wanted, yeah. So from 3rd into 5th. All right, here we go. We've got F50. Okay, so Forza Street is rubbish-ish. That sounds like it's pretty good to me.
Venom knows. Venom talks the truth.
Is it?
That's why I'm not even going to test it.
I bet it's just playing it right now.
It's just rubbish. That's it. It's rubbish. Any mobile game is rubbish. Bite me.
Right, I'm going to wait 12 days for it to download, and then I'll play it, and it'll be absolute garbage.
It will be like playing Minecraft. But don't let us get into that. Minecraft is... another discussion for another day. It's not a game.
John, on the outside. No. Yes, no. Oh, this is so close.
This is a very good
like
battle between the two of them. You see now, let's look at the drive Sully gets out of Eau Rouge. Okay, the drive from both of them looked pretty good. Let's see if Jean has got the top end here.
We're definitely going to need the replays from this one with the early collisions. I think there'll be a couple of things that we need to review.
And Jean has definitely got a bit of a top speed advantage, but he runs wide. Oh, does he now? He gets the move done over.
It's legal.
It's a good move. It was a very good move. So the Jag does have a bit of a top end advantage over
advantage for sure.
Yeah, but not a lot. I would say probably 5 to 6 k's per hour.
It was the last few meters.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's definitely not that much of a of an advantage, but it's definitely a bit of an advantage. Oh, and Jean running wide. Oh. This opens the door again for Sully to get back at him. Sully takes back 4th place. What a battle between the two of them.
Yeah. But all of this is helping Road Rat disappear. In fact, where's he gone? Yeah,
Road Rat is gone. He's probably 4 seconds up the road. I'm going to have a look. Jean is now
rubbing his hands.
Half a second behind Sully. Let's have a look and see.
All right, here we go. Inside info. Anyone else that's thinking of getting Forza Street? F50 Venom is telling me here. You only get to control the accelerator and the brake. There's no turning. I don't know if that's actually turning or tuning. And it's only one-on-one battles on the streets.
And it's no turning. So yeah, it's rubbish.
So you can't turn.
It's not a game. It's just pressing a button. It's like doing WhatsApp, pressing a couple of buttons.
Oh well.
And Sully looks like he's pulling away from Jean. Jean under a lot of pressure now to close that gap, and I think that's why he is making a couple of mistakes here.
If he can keep his head together, he's still got 3-4 laps. He can get that position back.
The gap between Road Rat and Sully is now 4.5 seconds.
Ah, that's too much. What does the penalties look like?
I'm going to bring up the penalties now. I'm just waiting for it to come around again. So Yster with a 0.7, Mech with 2.5, Road Rat 3.5, Jean now with 2.25 second penalty. It still looks like Sully has got a 3.5 second penalty. I just want to confirm it once it comes around again. 3.75. So Sully needs 1.5 seconds between himself and Jean to grab 4th place. Oh, Jean losing it on the exit of Eau Rouge. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Sully now with 5 second penalty.
So he must have cut Eau Rouge.
Oh, that's close.
We've got some inside information. Morris has been exhibiting some exuberant driving with Swart Wolf.
Oh, I'm going to jump on board
at the moment.
Well, Swart Wolf is now in 11th place. Well, if that's the case, it seems that you are pretty close to Swart Wolf, telling me you should just take a recording of that, and the admins will definitely have a look at that.
That's it. Xbox and X, take a clip, send it through to admin so we can have a look.
Because unfortunately the replays I think only goes to lap 15. It could even be lap 12 if I'm not mistaken, so it's very difficult to look at incidents this late in the race.
Yeah. And it's funny also, I was thinking I'm on board with Road Rat now because we had a couple of incidents in the historic racing, and Road Rat and the guys are handling the penalty system on that side, and I think they realise how difficult it is. Because, you know, once you start getting into the nitty-gritty, then it's a case everyone wants every little bump reviewed. You know what I mean? As soon as somebody gets a penalty, then everyone wants to check everything.
The main thing I think people need to understand is these are not open-wheeled cars. So rubbing is racing, but there is also a line. There is a line that can be crossed where it becomes an issue, and that we will definitely deal with. We have had some occasions where it was a bit of rubbing side by side, and but nothing happened with it. But then we also had incidents where people were ramming people. So, yeah, we have had to deal with all types of incidents before.
Well, when it comes to penalties, I use the word context a lot because you have to follow the battle. If it's just between two guys, for example, you've got to follow the battle to get the context, because it may end, you know, in one big collision, but there could have been half a dozen that led up to that one.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. It
So
could be an issue
sure
of
you get the
rage
context.
stepping in and causing the collision.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of factors to take into consideration when dealing with penalties. I'm going to jump on board with Yster.
Take the emotion out of the equation. Oh, Jean, he's going to get a penalty for that. No, he saved it.
Jean has just leapt. It looks like, I'm going to get the exact name. Oh, Ezekiel is now behind Yster, 1 lap down.
The closest battle we've got is actually Swartwolf and Morris, so I'm going to jump on board with them for a lap.
Morris is now behind Swartwolf again. Oh no, I'm not. Wait. He's actually in front of Swartwolf.
Yeah.
And Swartwolf is very close to him, actually.
Very
closing
close.
The gap.
Yeah, they've been exchanging door panels.
I'm going to jump on board back with Jean now. Bertie, thank you for that follow, man. I really appreciate it. You are now another ice cube in the collection, making the world cooler one ice cube at a time.
You should pre-record that.
Well, I was thinking of doing it and have it play once someone hits the follow button.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, it is something that I was thinking about. You know what? One of the worst things that I could actually thought about was when we went into lockdown. I was thinking, okay, we're gonna have a bit of time at home, so maybe I can work on my streams, trying to improve and adding a bunch of things. But it worked out that my work is so intense since the lockdown that I've been working almost basically non-stop. Some nights I've been open, but like the last week since they moved to stage 4 of lockdown, it's just been crazy.
Isn't it ironic?
Yeah,
you
dude.
think you're going to have some time to yourself and then you're busier than ever.
Oh,
Crazy.
Man. And you know what? I really appreciate, because there's a lot of people out there that has lost jobs during this lockdown, and companies
Tough
not
times,
being...
man.
Yeah, it's really tough, but I think it's definitely the right call to protect the health of the country. And if I'm looking at the stats currently, I think the lockdown was lifted too early. But the president is in charge. He needs to see what he's doing. So, but
well, I've always felt personally. I mean, since the whole thing started, I've never doubted we won't get through. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just a case of we don't know how long, but I don't doubt that we will eventually get through. I think in some cases we've gone a little over the top. But then we do have members of society who, as you say, they've got no work, they've got no means of income, heating, clothing,
and the thing that I've heard is most of the companies, like the debt companies, people needing to pay rent, most of those things was taken in consideration, and some companies have come up with solutions like having people not paying rent for a month or two, just to help out and so on.
That's
so there's a lot of companies that's really come out to help. I know all the banks are in there. If you can't afford it, you take your papers that the work send you, you go to the bank, and the bank will give you a vacation payment or for I think up to 3 months. So there is things that you can do to help your family. But if you didn't do it in time, it will cost you at the end of the day.
And in a funny way, being in a group as we are, it becomes invaluable at a time like this. You know, you find that you've not only have you got a network of friends, but you have a network to find out. You know, because these things are changing so fast at the moment. You know, you don't know what's going on from one day to the next. So with the guys chatting about these things on a daily basis, everyone's staying up to date, and if there's any loopholes or if there's anything going on, we usually find out together. So that's really quite nice.
Yes, no, definitely. We were having a chat today in our Formula 1 group well, one of the guys in the Formula One is actually from Greece, and they went into lockdown. I think they had like 400 cases, and they went into lockdown in the beginning of February. They went into lockdown for a complete 2 months, like where no one was walking outside. They are currently down to less than 10 cases a day. They only lifted the lockdown now yesterday.
Yeah, 2 months. Jeez.
So if the country wants a healthy country, that's the steps needed to make sure that you keep your country healthy. But yeah, it's one of the things. I'm on board with Yster here. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, this is a final lap now.
Yeah, I'm on board with Yster. He's coming through the midfield now. Just completed sector 1.
Under no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah, no, he's got a gap of over 9 seconds between himself and his brother.
He absolutely ground this victory out from start to finish. Really well done.
Yeah, he had a good start, and then it went sideways, and he's running back at it again.
Yeah. On the second lap, he found himself down in 7th or 8th, something like that. Worked his way back up, and now he's got this dominant gap at the front.
Between him and his brother is 11 seconds, and then the gap between second and third is almost 30 seconds.
Yeah, geez. Fantastic.
So this is a dominant victory from the B team.
Yeah.
Now we've got Bertie also saying, well done, Yster, nice racing. Definitely, that was a very good, dominant performance from him. Making that huge work.
I'm going to, for the final lap, I'm also going to have a look at the penalties so we can try to roughly estimate. Bucktomb's got 3.25, Morris 5.75, Swartwolf 3.5, Yster's got a 1.5 penalty now, Mech with a 4.75, Road Rat 4.5, Jean 2.25, Reaper 2.75. It's just too fast.
Well, it looks like, okay, we've got Yster coming through the final corner now and crossing the line to take his second win in a row. Well done. Oh, with a drift as well over the line into the wall. Well done, Yster. We've got Make My Day in second place, also coming across the line now. Another drift. Cross the line in second place. No, not entirely. Break just in time. Oh, there they make contact into the corner. Well done to the...
Talking about incidents, Road Rat himself came off terribly. I think he had 2 major incidents earlier on, so to pick up this 3rd position podium was not easy.
He's done a fantastic job. Well, the interesting thing now is going to be between Sully and Jean, because the penalties might have a different say in how they finish the race. So Sully crossing the line with a 5.75 penalty, Jean with a just over 2 second penalty. So this is going to be close between them, because I think the gap was just about under 2 seconds. So that position,
boy giving us some drifts.
Yeah, a birthday boy coming across the line. Nice drift there from him. Well done, birthday boy. 6th place. Now we've got Albert finally getting a 7th place.
Solid. He was battling with Severian for this position.
Yes.
All the race.
And I see he's increased the gap between himself and Severin as well. I wonder if Severin didn't make another mistake.
Could have been a mistake, yeah. It's quite a big gap now.
Albert's bringing the BMW home in 7th place. Severin in his Alpha coming across the line in 8th. And we've got Bucktomb, Morris and Swartwolf for 9th, 10th and 11th. This is a very close battle actually between the 3 of them. Swartwolf getting 11th place, Morris in 10th and Bucktomb in 9th.
And I repeat again, save replays, get your clips, all of that if there's anything that happened. We saw a couple of incidents early on, but we didn't get details, so get those clips, send them to admin and we'll deal with it.
We've got Ezekiel in 12th place, trying to make it past the two brothers here in the Utes. Running into the back of Make My Day there.
He's going to pull them over.
You know what's not making it easy is the two Ute brothers is trying to race side by side here. And well, this is actually not the real guy.
He can't get past.
And you know what's the worst of it all? Oh, he takes out Yster. Well, he takes out Yster's AI driver because as soon as you cross the line, you lose control of the car.
Maybe that's a warning. Pineapple beer makes you violent. You should put that on the label. Call it wife beater.
Oh, we've got Ezekiel now crossing the line. What's happening? Okay. I'm having a black screen here.
Everything's freaking out, yeah.
There he goes across the line in 12th place. What a drift.
Yeah.
That was a crazy race. We had very good fun there. Let's have a look at that.
Talking about follows, yes, thank you for the follow, Faulted, Divot and Swartwolf. Thanks, guys. So we're going to do a rundown. Can I do this one? Oh, no.
Yes, you can.
I've DC'd. I've lost it. No, it's going to have to be you. What's that about?
Some crazy stuff. Okay, so just as you brought it up, it DC'd you. Oh my word.
Yeah,
okay, so we've got Yster in first place with 1.5 second penalty. Well, unlike last night, we had no one tonight without any penalty. So, yeah, that's a sad situation.
Yeah, so no bonus points.
Okay, so we've got Yster in first, Make My Day in second, Road Rat in third. Well done to that comeback drive, though. Then we've got Jean in fourth. Oh, you see that penalty coming in there. Jean up to fourth now, and Sully in fifth. Yes. So that penalty for Sully.
Difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's actually just a 1 second difference on the total time, but it was 3 seconds on penalties that made the difference. Yes.
Yeah, the buffer. Yeah. Jean
then Reaper in sixth place. Albert's in 7th, Bucktoom in 8th, Severin in 9th, and then we had Swartwolf 10th, Moras 11th, and Ezekiel in 12th.
Boom.
Bucktoom also
DCs.
picked up a position on Severin because Severin had 10.7 second penalties.
Oh, yeah. Severin, he was up at the front early on. He won't be happy with
Yeah,
that.
he'll definitely not be happy with that. Yeah,
right, so now we move on. We have the pros coming up next Monday. We have F1 on Thursday.
Yes. Ezekiel saying his worst race ever. Too much pineapple beer, man. Too much pineapple beer.
Is the track days also this coming Thursday?
I believe so. I have seen a track day poster, so it could be for this Thursday.
Okay, play dates Friday. Yep, and then we've got the pro guys in the Sport Touring Series next Monday. So
it's going to be fantastic stuff.
Make sure you've done the old liking and subscribing and getting the notifications. All right.
Get all the notifications on when the races will be taking place. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys again. Well, SkunkworX will be the host of the pro race next week, Monday. Hopefully, I can get myself a podium. But yeah, until then,
hopefully I can get someone to commentate with me. I'm going to have to get Rowan.
Well, he's always keen for a bromance return. So let's get him in. Thanks, guys, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Cheers, guys.